Hello, everyone. It's happening again. The Music Train, episode 4, season 5. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. Shout out to all the platforms. What else? YouTube. And of course, let us know where you're tuning in from all over the world because we just want to know that you know that we love you and we appreciate your support. Also, a big up to Metaverse Generation, Mr. BK Han, my partner of the Music Train and AI Attainment. Shout out to all the sponsors. And if you'd like to become a sponsor for the Music Train, you can find me at Vessi Mink anywhere, especially on X, though. And so a big up to all of you. And our guest today, you may have heard of him. His name is Simon Pollock. He is from the UK. He is the founder of X Lightshows.io, Tesla Light Shows. Very interesting. I also have somebody new with me today, somebody amazing. You met her on Sunday. Her name is Rachel, aka Rocky Raccoon, and she's here with me today as the guest co-host. I'd like to bring her up to the stage before we get Simon here. And thank you so much again to everyone for tuning in. Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Hey.
Hey, there you are. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being our special co-host today. It's good to see you.
I'm glad to be here. I love my girl Vessi.
And X Got Talent is happening on Friday and Saturday, which is a big deal because the whole point of Music Train is to really envelope everybody into one big envelope that music will join us no matter what. Doesn't matter our age, doesn't matter our race, doesn't matter our political or religious beliefs. Music is the joiner. So we have guests from all over the world and all different work forces coming together to talk about music. So thank you for being the guest today. And I love you too, big time.
Love you.
See you in Nashville. So let's get started. We have an amazing guest today, Rachel. I know that you know that the Tesla takeover is happening this June 15th in Michigan, Muskegon, Michigan. And this gentleman is going to be playing a big part in making the light show happen. And I just need to find out, how does that even happen? So without further ado, we'd like to welcome to the stage Simon Pollock from xlightshows.io. Welcome to the Music Train.
Simon!
Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing, guys? You all right?
Really
Hi.
good. Yeah. Great
Thank
to have
you very
you here.
much for having me.
Yeah, it's so good to have you. I know you're busy. I know that you've been doing so much. And when I look on your bio on X, it says Tesla nuts. And I mean, that's a good thing.
Well, it is. Well, sometimes if you ask my wife, maybe she'd tell you something different. But so I bought my first Tesla
Sorry.
2 years ago or so, and it was a car of a dream for me. It wasn't something necessarily that I thought I'd ever be able to sit in. But after COVID, caution to the wind, let's go and buy one. So got the first one in 2021, and kind of came a little bit of an obsession to me thereafter. And it comes with toys, right? And one of the toys that it comes with or came with at the end of 2021 was the light show. And being a bit of a geek, I thought I'd take it on.
I mean, where did this idea of the light show come from? Where was that fashioned? Who created that idea?
Well, that's Tesla themselves. So Tesla they've got a terrible marketing department, but they're actually genius when it comes to marketing themselves.
Okay.
What they've done historically is not actually do any marketing at all. What they've done is they've said, here's a great product, here's an amazing product that people will love, and we'll package it up, kind of like Apple, everything really nice and sexy. And we'll give it over to the people and they can sell it for us. And it was a I don't know if it was happenstance, but that's how they approached it. And that's how the community kind of grew to what it is today, which is this really passionate community that are advocates really for not just Tesla themselves, but for sustainability. So we ended up all kind of banding together. We were very, very active on the social channels and discussed things every day with each other. And Tesla kind of just embodies that for all of us. So it's a really tight-knit community, and I kind of fell into it with, well, I'd say 2 feet. It's more like 4 feet.
You dove in. I mean, as far as Tesla and Elon Musk is concerned, I mean, everybody on X is crazy for Tesla, Elon Musk, everything having to do with SpaceX. I mean, there's literally rocket ships going off all the time live. I don't think people realize.
It's insane.
I just don't think they realize. And it's just the more we see it, the bigger and grander the reality becomes that it's happening. It's not the future's here.
I literally took delivery of Starlink yesterday. It's sitting out in the garden. It's configured, but I've still got my other router going as well. But
I was going to ask you
is only Starlink.
I was going to ask you if we're going to get an unboxing right now. We'll have like an unboxing.
God.
That would be cool.
No, not today. But it was one of those things. It's a kind of, it's two-pronged. Firstly, I live in the sticks, so I wanted some reliable internet.
Absolutely.
We have fiber, but the fiber provider I don't particularly like very much.
Yeah.
It's monopoly, so I don't particularly like
Totally.
that. So we've gone with Starlink to unshackle ourselves from that, but also to actually feed into the pot, because where we look at SpaceX making a difference with their exploration and moving forward, getting us off the planet, they need money for that as well. So I'm not going to pretend that anybody's poor and they need the money, but I want to do my bit. That's one way that I can do it.
So does Starlink, I'm just interested, since I have you here, Simon, does Starlink offer cellular service as well?
Not yet, but I
can't wait. I'm like, please, because these companies, I won't go into it, but Rachel, I'm sure that you would agree that the companies that own the monopoly on telecommunications, very important. We love you, but we want you to change with the times in case you're listening. Here we go.
Bessie
I said to my wife yesterday that there's no point us having SIM cards anymore when that thing out there can give us connectivity anywhere in the world. It's absolutely
shout out Starlink. Okay, so where can people go to get
I'm
one?
available for stitching on the back for advertising.
Okay. You hear that, guys? Again, Rachel, please, you were about to say something.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say Bessie and a Tessie. That's all.
So Simon wouldn't know anything about me and a Tessie, but you know that I did, or maybe you do. So I'm so glad you mentioned it. So, you know, Simon, I'm a songwriter, singer-songwriter, and Music Train began on an app called Connect Club, where it's an app that's no more, but basically imagine X, sorry about that, where you could just pop around your PFP, your profile picture. You could pop anywhere on your screen and move it about. You could even turn on the camera if you wanted to, and people could see each other. That was what Connect Club was. So we started Music Train there with a very small, intimate audience with Mr. BK Han from Music Bazaar and myself. And we said, hey, give us one or two words. I'm going to write a song on the spot. We're going to record it. BK Han, I'm going to write it, sing it. And then BK is going to turn it into an NFT. So that's what happened. That's what he did. And that's how Music Train was born. So the reason I bring it up is because now I have to remember why I brought it up. What were we talking about? Bessie and a Tessie. Bessie and a Tessie. Not this, not that. Okay. God help me. Keep me focused here. Music Train.
I had to turn off my camera because a butterfly almost bumped into my face.
I'm telling you, the Monarchs.
Funny. Leave it on.
Yeah. Yeah, leave it on. Exactly. The Monarchs.
I know,
Monarchs.
but I was,
so,
I didn't want to, scream on camera.
They love you. So there were 4 monarchs in our backyard the other day. I've never seen 4 together. So quickly, I'll just finish this. So Bradford Ferguson from Rebellion Air, you've heard of Rebellion Air. He reached out to me after hearing me on X Got Talent write a song for a mom and her child on the spot because I heard her son, and that's what I do. And he said, let me pick you up in a Tesla. We're testing the V12.3. I'm driving cross country, and I was like, I would love to, but I was very nervous about that, of course. So that's what ended up happening. The recording happened, and I wrote a song about Tesla with, Dr. Scott Walter. Yes. So he was a guest on AI-tainment, and he wrote the lyrics to Tesla's Dream. And so that's actually this right here.
Do Tesla's Dream.
Sienna Tessie.
Yeah, that's the one. So
I've actually heard it. I heard it a long time ago. Somebody sent it over to see if I could do a light show to it.
Okay,
so actually that's quite cool.
So full circle. Thank you for bringing that up, Rachel C. And then now I'll focus on you. I'm not going to talk about anything else about Teslas and my nervousness about how I almost canceled like that morning. Can I get into a car that drives itself? That's a full self-driving vehicle with somebody sitting there. And so I actually have to ask you, do you have a Tesla?
Me personally, I should think and hope so. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I've got two.
you've got two.
I say I've got two. My wife's got one, and I've got one. So we've got a
Yeah.
Model Y and a Model 3.
Nice.
But
Nice.
no, I'm fully converted. We ended up getting our first Model 3 and keeping hold of a petrol car or a gasoline car.
Oh,
Because we wanted that just, for the long journeys, we need something that'll actually get us there. 6 months later, that car hadn't moved and it was getting a bit squeaky. So
Yeah.
we just sold it and swapped it for a Model Y, sorry. So no, we're all in. We'd never go back.
so do you think that the price of Teslas, the way that it's coming down for just the everyday person or the family, is really going to make it something that most people will end up driving? Every time I go out, I see more and more Teslas on the road.
Yeah.
And
Well, the thing is, Tesla's got a very strange mentality for a business. And we have to always remember it's a business. So they want to make money. They have shareholders. They need to make money. But they also have a very, very strong ethic in their commitment to sustainability. And because of that, I think they're very, very clever in the fact that they don't necessarily think that short-term gain is the way to go. Sustainability is a long-term goal. It always has been, but it's getting closer, hopefully, every day. But they also work the business like that as well. They're not looking for the big bucks today. They're happy to reduce pricing in order to bring more people in, which then equates to more money later on.
yes.
So I think they've got it on the nose. They're doing a stellar job. We bought it, unfortunately, before any of the price decreases.
Maybe.
But you don't actually begrudge it, which in any other car, I think you probably would.
Right. I look forward to having one day that I can fit my whole family. I'm a mom, so there's 6 of us, and so I'm not sure.
Model Y will do it.
The Model Y has room for 6.
Absolutely.
See, this I didn't know.
Seater option.
Really? What is the price tag on that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to find out. Thank you for educating me on that, though.
In pounds, it would be somewhere in the 60s. I mean, that's when we bought it. So now it's probably much, much less. And of course, they've got tax credits and everything everywhere. So definitely have a look into it, because it's not just a family car. It's a completely useful car as well. It's got an immense amount of space. And I won't swear, but it does go like something off a shovel. It goes really fast. And yet it's the safest car ever made. So there's really too many ticks in the boxes for me.
And there's something to be said about pressing on the gas, not the gas, pressing on the pedal, because it wouldn't be gas, right?
Yeah.
But pressing on the pedal, or how would you say it now? Pressing on the Tesla.
The accelerator, I would say.
Accelerating, exactly. Actually, essentially, I did meet you through Adrian Dittman, who has the acceleration community on X, because that's where I met Scott. So big up to Scott. Big up to Rebellionaire. Big up to Adrian Dittman, who holds spaces often, who sounds a lot like Elon, but he's not Elon. And let's talk now about this light show. So what's going on? So how long does it take you to produce one of these, and what are the steps going into it? I know that you're going to be meeting Kelly Sloan, the secretary for the Michigan's Tesla community. I know there's 50 or 60,000 registered Teslas in Michigan alone, which is incredible.
There is. So I mean, my story, to keep it really short, is how long does it take to make one of these? Is a piece of string, really.
Yeah.
But I started about 2 years ago configuring them once Tesla had made that a function or an ability within the car, and they were really basic, and they were just fun to make. I personally come from the music side, so I'm in my day job, which is terribly boring. I'm a technical guy. I work in IT. It's okay.
But you used to be in a rock band.
Yeah, I was in a rock band for 5 years, and that's where I've been able to unlock that passion again. Of course, I couldn't play the drums anymore. I was a drummer in that band.
Yeah,
I got married. I got a job, all that kind of stuff. I had kids. So instead, I bought a piano and carried on with that. So I've kept the music going, but I haven't been able to really express it because I've not had the time to go to do gigs or join a band or anything like that. However, this gave me the opportunity. So I was able to actually not just listen to music, which I always did every day in the office. That was me. No, I'm on the phone. No, I wasn't really. It gave me the opportunity to start to deep dive into music. So listen to everything properly, behind the scenes, the complexity of the music, all of that kind of thing. That's what then really got me. The lights, I love the lights. They're great. It's cool. But the music is really what drives me. So I can go from sitting down and doing a quick skip for a couple of hours, or like some of the bigger shows. So Finland, for example, would have been more like 40 hours.
Wow. A
Which,
40-hour light show.
No, 40-hour configuration light
Okay.
show.
Okay.
The light shows can't go above 5 minutes.
Okay, I see.
There's a command limit on how many flashes you can have, and there's a command limit on how long the actual show can be.
I feel super silly for actually thinking that there could be a 40-hour light show. Pink Floyd might be thinking it's possible.
Something out. There may be a surprise coming up in a couple of even a couple of weeks where we might be pushing that boundary a little bit, but you'll get to see that later on. But yeah, when it came to the big shows, they do take quite a long time. But for me, if you take that 40 hours within a show, you're probably talking it's a good 10 hours on the music. The 10 hours, I think, is probably the most important part, is starting with the music and then getting onto lights. Don't think about lights until afterwards. However, when I'm listening to the music and mixing the music, the lights are starting to kind of come anyway. Oh, I know what I'll do there.
Wow.
Oh, that is there. So yeah, you get really lost in it, but it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it.
So do you foresee any, when I think of light show, I think of Pink Floyd, and I think of, so I don't know if it's possible or if anything like that could ever, and we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with our audio with Rachel. Rachel, are you there? Yeah, for some reason it's not.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear
I'm
you.
so sorry.
Yes, we can hear you.
No worries. No
Thank
worries.
you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like a distraction at this point.
You're not a distraction. Do you have any questions?
Very
Any
beautiful
questions?
Thank
Do you have any questions for Simon? I would love to hear you guys talk a little bit.
I mean, I would love to know more about, like, I love how he was explaining everything with the lights and the music, like everything. I want to hear it all.
I'd say, I mean, one thing that I've talked about the music being, for me, one of the most important parts. But yeah, I've got tons and tons of shows coming up, and it's getting busier and busier and busier, which then means that I've got less and less time condensed down to actually create these shows. But it's one of those things that the pressure's actually, I think, forming better shows. I mean, there's other people trying to do them now. I think I was very lucky in the fact that I was kind of the first one that really did big shows. So, that
Are we, the audience, going to be able to see it?
We've got plenty coming up. So, I mean, we've got Tesla Takeover in Austria, as we discussed earlier. That's coming up.
The one that, Austria is like my bucket list.
Exactly.
Is there a place, like, how can we see it? Do you guys show like little snippets of it somewhere? Or?
Well, it won't be. So the way I do these shows is, again, I try and think epic every time I do these. I try and think for the audience, what is the coolest thing that we can do? One of those things is that I will write it in complete secrecy. No one will know what's going on beforehand. No one will know the music. Sometimes there's an exception to that if there's a request, but it very often doesn't end up being what people expect. Wow. So at Takeover last year in California, they asked for the final countdown. So the final countdown by Europe. Yeah, they didn't get that. They got the final countdown, but it wasn't anything like they expected.
So
go on.
What did you do? Do you take, I mean, like, are you like, are you like a puzzle master here? You're like a puzzle master.
Well, I look for really different versions of. So I want you for the first 10 to 15 seconds to be going, what is that?
Right.
And then, whoa, that's the final countdown.
Right.
That's the kind of reaction that I want from people. And that's why I keep it quiet. So I don't tell anybody what the music is. I don't show anybody the music. There's a few people that maybe I'll bounce ideas off.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, the entire show stays here. until the day. And there's another reason for that, because I'm very selfish.
Yeah.
I don't watch the show.
So
When
is it?
it's on, I just watch the people, and I go on.
Is that? Oh, that's so cute. You're cute.
really
Simon.
cool?
So
That's
do
awesome.
you?
I'd like to see them happy.
Yeah, and like Rachel said, is it streamed live? I think that's what you were alluding to, Rachel.
Yes,
Like,
that's
is
what
there
I
a
was.
way?
Yes.
Yeah, so we filmed them. There's a lot of moving parts. And remember, I'm just an amateur. This is not something that, you know, we've got a massive crew or anything like that. So there's not the time and the
But
expertise to be able to do that type of thing all the time. But
right.
go on.
I was going to say xlightshows.io, when people can go to your website and check out, people can actually have a hand in making this a bigger event
Absolutely.
always in
Absolutely.
any country. Yeah.
Oh
So
my God,
what-
I love that.
The website, I set up the website principally for two reasons. Firstly, there was another one that was created that at the beginning was a very community feel, which is what the Tesla community is. It's this big family feel. And we were all uploading, creating at that point pretty basic shows, due to the fact actually the number of command limits that you were allowed was very, very small. So they had to be much more basic than they are today. And we were uploading to there, and then suddenly they started to advertise on it, and it became very, I work in cybersecurity, and there was too many push this, and none of them were related
I
to
have a question about that, actually, cybersecurity, but continue and then I'll ask. But
okay, cool. Note that down. So so I basically decided to stop uploading my things to there, but I still wanted to share them. You know, we're not selling these, it's just that you want to share your work. What's the point of putting it on your driveway, watching it once?
Essentially, you could have an app, though. You could have an app, essentially.
You could,
right?
but it doesn't work like that for the security with the car. There's
Okay, I see. Oh, yes, of course.
But what I did was set this alternative light show repository up, so you could just go on there, download them, and play them on your songs on your car. So there's hundreds and hundreds on there. I think we've got over 500 shows.
Wow.
And it's been really popular. I mean, I checked this morning, and it wasn't anything to do with this. It was the fact that we had a big Star Wars event last weekend.
Oh, fun.
And we had 119,000 visits to the site in a month.
That's incredible.
Considering it started in October, it just shows it's really in demand, and people want this stuff. So I'm then obviously happy to write it.
And I think what it does also is, and I think you guys will agree with me, I think that it shows people that you're in command of what the car does ultimately. Yeah. If people can enjoy it's like a carnival or just like a fireworks show, you know, it'd be cool if they put out of the Teslas the fireworks show as well with the cars. I don't know if that's a plan.
Maybe a plan for next year. That's funny thing though. One of the questions that comes up a lot is security around playing these on a car. So Tesla have the car locked down. You can do very, very little with a Tesla.
What do you mean? What do you mean lockdown? What do you mean?
From a security standpoint, from the actual MCU. So you cannot get into a Tesla and program it. You can only use the interface that it gives you. Now, when it comes to the light shows, you're not actually doing anything with the car. All you're doing is effectively playing the same as an MP3 file in the car.
Yeah, USB sticks, right?
USB stick.
Yeah.
But the car's also reading a separate file, which just tells it what lights to put on for when. So nothing's stored on the car. The car doesn't actually download anything or upload anything. It just reads a file. So that's one of the questions that we get a lot is, is this safe? And the answer is yes. I've spoken to Tesla, and they say we would not do it.
I need a shirt. I've spoken to Tesla. It's safe.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Tesla.
I've got to tell you guys.
Trust me.
Honestly speaking,
I do, Simon. I do trust you. Rachel, sorry.
It's okay. I gotta tell you guys, I'm a sucker for a light show, so I'm like in awe right now. I would love that. Can you
I want to see
like drive around? You have your own little show going on.
You have to come to Michigan. This is a perfect spot for us to Give a big
Yes,
shout out to our
Yeah.
sponsor. We have a few sponsors this week. We've got the Tesla Takeover Michigan, Muskegon, Michigan. Now, what's up with the name Muskegon? Muskegon. Is that just like, I mean, like,
it's a
how did
play
that
on
happen?
it.
Musky?
I think it's a real word. It's a real
It
name.
is. It's
but
a real
kind of-
place.
It just happens to be
So
exceptionally apt for
I
that.
mean, Rachel, yeah, it's Muskegon, and with if you just swipe out the G for an L, you have the man, the legend, right? There he is.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So let's just run this spot. Shout out to the Tesla Takeover in Michigan happening this June 15th. You need to go. Go. I'm going to be there. Simon, I don't think you're going to be there, but you're coming there soon because you have to set the show up.
I'm coming in a few weeks' time. Yes,
Oh,
I'll tell you.
gosh.
With the EDM producer, also correct, right? There's an EDM producer.
I'm meeting a bunch of people
yeah,
there. So
right on.
I unfortunately have a prior commitment. So I have a simultaneous show that's going on in Sweden at the same time.
Oh, that's amazing, though.
But I only happened to find out we had I don't know if you saw it, but we had a Star Wars event.
Yeah.
And that Star Wars event was about 1,500 cars around the world simultaneously at a point in time. So at 9 o'clock each country time or time zone, they were playing the same show, filming it and then uploading it to me.
In multiple countries. In multiple countries, 1,500. So
yeah, it was tons. It
wow.
was really cool.
Because for the Tesla Takeover, they want to get the world record. They want to do 1,100 cars all together on 19 acres. There's like 20 YouTuber influencers coming out to film this. There's going to be drones. Rachel, you have to come out. I'm going to be there for June 15th. Okay, let me run the spot. Sorry, Simon.
I'll tell you how it
run the spot.
Go.
It's a short one, but it's a good one. Here we go. Tesla Takeover.
Tesla's dream.
Hey, what's up? That's so familiar. Yeah. I mean, you have a show going on simultaneously in Sweden. Tell me about that show. Tell us about that show.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I'll tell you about how it will happen. So I've got 16 shows this year. So I'm really lucky in the fact that I kind of was able to get very close with the clubs. So I did a show for one club and then it went on to another and another. And basically through recommendations, I've been quite busy. So this year, actually, I've got 16 shows, of which I think 4 of them I'm putting on myself, but the rest of them are club shows. And they range from, a few hundred cars to potentially 2,500 cars later on this year. We've got potentially a big one. I'll keep it quiet until I've actually confirmed it, but a very, very big one coming up. But whilst I was working on one of my global shows, which happened at Christmas. So at Christmas, I just reached out to all of the clubs and said, guys, do you want to do a show? It would be really cool. Get one car and let's see if we can get one from every club. Well,
I don't think anybody can say no to you. I think Rachel, right? Because
he tried.
He's charming. He's smart.
Exactly.
And he doesn't ask too much.
And a beautiful smile. Forget it.
I don't know. You're 4 for 4 there, I think, on a.
Yeah, well, that was 4. That was 4.
So I basically put out a call to action. They said, yeah, let's do it. Why not? We did a Christmas show. That was huge. It went over 300 different events. So 300 different sets or groups of cars across 36 countries, starting in New Zealand, finishing in Hawaii. And that was a really cool show. It's obviously themed to Christmas. But then this year I thought, I'll do the same again, but I don't want to wait till Christmas. So let's do a European one. So we did a European one. That was probably about 28 countries that did that, obviously being a much smaller continent.
Yeah.
That was a really cool show. And then somebody gave me the idea that maybe Star Wars would be a good one. So we did that, and that was huge. So that just finished last weekend.
Congratulations!
Saw me editing a video for about 24 hours, and at the end of it, I wasn't looking too pretty.
So Simon, question.
Go on. Yes.
Did you use the Jedi colors?
Well, I guess I used the red a lot because that's the back of the car.
Green,
Remembering
purple.
we only have a couple of colors, so we only have there's 14 lights on the back of on the Model 3, for example, but most of them are white. We've got some amber and we've got some red.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
we don't have any colors yet, but we had a lot of people dressing up. We had the 501 join in as well, so we had the official Star Wars costumes dotted around the world, standing in front of the. I mean, it was crazy. Get this, right? I literally sat there and thought, hey, Simon, it might be a good idea to do a Star Wars show. We should do that. Maybe I'll write that. Anybody want to do a Star Wars show? And it went everywhere.
Are you kidding? You know how many Star Wars fans are out there?
I thought you said,
found out.
Yeah.
so I thought you were going to say, like, I look to my left, there's Chewbacca. I look to my right, there's,
when you
Han
watch the
Solo.
video, you'll see them.
Luke.
Yeah, there's
He looks a little like Luke. Doesn't he
Yeah,
look a
that's
little like
true.
Luke?
He does.
Who, me? Which
You
one
look a
and how
little
old?
bit like...
The old one.
The old one.
Thank you very much.
No.
But yeah, so we did that show. It was very nice. I loved it. It's going out this week on YouTube for the 4K version. It came out on X last week, so I tried to kind of break them up. Obviously, you can't see it in 4K on X. It's a bit of a shame.
So I wanted to mention also that your bio, you don't, on X, it doesn't give you could have an extended bio on X. The app, first of all, what do you think about the X app? Are you happy? Like, obviously you must be so happy, but I mean, how much better is it than before? And I actually like to pose that question to both of you, just with regards to just the free speech portion.
I mean, I just talk bollocks on it. Excuse my French. I mean, for me, I don't take much of this very seriously, which I know people probably won't want me to say that, but I just like to enjoy my life, and I then have some people on here that I follow, and they follow me, and it's nice, and we just keep conversing, and I get to play songs on it or shows on it and stuff like that. So as far as its functionality, it's fine. It's brilliant. Yeah. It does exactly what I need it to do. I'm not massively technical. As if it did more stuff, I probably wouldn't use it.
Well,
so for me, it does what it's supposed to do.
It's supposed to become the everything app. So essentially, someone could run a light show through it one day, possibly, with the technology.
Put me out of a job. But I'll tell you one thing.
Oh, we're coming.
I did make a recommendation. I hope they pick it up because.
What was that?
For Star Wars, I had to coordinate it from somewhere, and I'm very heavy on X, and not very heavy anywhere else. So I had to kind of coordinate it via people that I know on X, encouraging them to go to Facebook to sign up for the Facebook event. Okay. I was like, I don't really get that.
Yeah,
if there was an event kind of part of the app, that would be amazing. So you just exactly the same as you would in Facebook. You just set up an event and people can go.
That would be fabulous.
So it was a bit, oh, I got to go here and do all that. It was a bit annoying. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, it does everything I need it to do. It's really good for, I mean, I was speaking to somebody on YouTube the other day, and they didn't understand why I like X. And I said, because I can actually talk to people one-to-one straight away, all day, every day. Whereas on YouTube, I post a video, somebody might comment, I might go, right, thanks, and that's it.
It's interesting.
No conversation.
Hey, you just went like this, and then there was a thumbs up, which I think you pressed it at the same time, didn't you? What did you do?
No, if it's like Teams, there's different things that you can do, and it'll gestures. So on Teams, it's great because you can do that, and it goes with a light show. It's really good.
So I want to meet you in person. I'm so sad that on the 15th I will not get to meet you in person. That's just not right. You know, I did volunteer for the event, so I'm going to get there really early. I'm from Chicago, so I'm going to drive up or drive. Is it up, down? Anyway, the Midwest. So yeah, I'm going to be headed there, and I don't exactly know what they're going to do. I'm going to perform a song or two before some specific speakers get on stage. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to actually also find out if we know who next week's guest is. Yes, we do. Next week's guest is Maritza Vilibich. She is the founder of the Vibes Web3 music competition on the Hives blockchain. And she's a violinist, and she's also a good friend of mine. And they've given away over $10,000 for 10 weeks of this music competition. Have you heard about this, Simon or Rachel?
No, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. What is it? How do I enter?
Well, that's the thing. It's really easy. Let me just run this real quick. I realized that I had the banner on, so you couldn't even see where to go, but just hit me in the DMs. I will send. It was like the banner's going. It's like,
lightshows.io. Don't go there.
of course, that's yeah. You
I'll
have
find out, don't worry.
officially become the agent, the multinational agent for the Vibes Web3. No, but honestly, if you want to check it out at Vibes Web3, you could, and Maritza will be our guest. It's amazing because you just post your music that you want to sing to live on X, and then you create a profile on this platform, and you could be the winner. Yeah, I won $500 2 months ago.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I won $500.
I'd probably lose $500.
And you could. I don't know. Well, I don't know about that. Let's talk about cybersecurity really quick. So,
Okay,
my question is, and
I get paid for. Don't quit me.
My question is, who can you trust? No. Who do you? Okay, see. Are you listening, guys? No. But honestly, like, trust your inner voice. The thing I want to say is, who do you reach out to? Let's talk multinational level. Wherever, whatever country you're in, who do you reach out to? Is there one entity that maybe you have, like, some strange stuff is going on with my phone, my passwords, things pop up, things are strangely happening. I have to, like, something's odd, and then maybe it goes back to normal, and then you forget about it, or you change your password because something odd keeps happening. Who do you contact if you have some really strange occurrences going on with your devices, and you want to make sure that you get to the right place at the right time and see who could actually help you with something like that with regards to cybersecurity?
Normally, if something's happening on for example, on a phone that is strange and you don't notice, and then, or you do notice, but it goes back to normal, you probably want to talk to your phone provider in that respect.
The provider.
Because if there was some sort of cyber attack, for example, on a provider, I won't mention any name.
So let's say your provider is my provider's Credo, who used to be Working Assets, who gave phones away to Los Angelinos when I lived in LA for 10 years pursuing a music career. I was like, oh, yay, I got this mail. They're going to give me a telephone. Yeah, I want it. And I got this free telephone. So then anyway, they turned into Credo, but Credo uses Verizon. So then, so it just gets a little bit like, is there not one cybersecurity, like, we got you, we know what's going on, kind of like entity?
No,
there should be.
At that point, you'd be going up to your national cover there. I wouldn't know. So when I work in cybersecurity, as in I supply pipes for people to be able to. So I take what we call tin. So I would take a box and have somebody install it to protect a company from XYZ. So I'm not a.
Well, that's really cool too, though. That's really cool too.
Very boring. But
well, no, that's cool. People want to be protected.
It's very important.
Yeah, it's so important. So does your website parlay into your cybersecurity business as well?
No, it does not. No, so it's completely separate. It is very secure. Obviously, everything I do is with that first in mind. Of course, been trained that way.
Yeah.
But no, it's completely separate, because what I wanted to do is have some joy in my life versus doing the job, and I've done a job for many years.
So you see, I want to have some joy. Rachel, what do you know about joy? I think
I know that laughter brings it. So
it does. It does.
You have to laugh it off. Everything laugh it off.
Smile.
You can't laugh everything off. If you laugh everything off, you might start crying. And if you're going to start crying, let them be tears of joy. See, guys, this is not planned. We go on the flow here. Simon did not receive like 10 questions from me or Rachel about what we were going to ask. He has no idea. I hope that you're having
Prefer not
fun.
to.
I hope you're having fun. We don't do the questionnaire thing. We kind of just roll with it. Do you have any questions for the music train, or do you have any questions with regards to wanting to write this song that we have to write because it's part of the theme of the show? Are you ready to write the song with us?
Me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get my guitar and then we're going to write a song.
I didn't know about this. You
Yeah,
didn't
this-
send this in the
well,
question.
His face is like, wait a minute.
Well, didn't I say, Rachel, didn't I say though that Music Train started on Connect Club and that
Mhm.
I thought I shared that.
I'd get my guitar, but I don't have it here.
He was ignoring us. Simon.
I can do the drums.
I don't think that a cybersecurity person could ignore anyone ever. I think I think they must always be on high alert. I think I would be a good cybersecurity person because I can't
You
help.
can have my job if you want.
Oh, I'm like such an eagle. I'm
Wouldn't
such
take
a.
long to work it out.
I would rather be incorrect than correct about anything that I might have a sneaking suspicion upon. But because suspicion, it comes so easy to me, like about, you know what I mean? Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in my blood. Now there are like 7 different nations in my blood.
Don't be
so-
suspicious, Bessie. Don't be suspicious.
Well, no, I mean I trust
cool.
everybody too. I trust
I'm
everybody.
suspicious when it comes to knowing that everybody in the cyber world is trying to get you. But in
Wait.
life, everyone's lovely, aren't they? Just that's fine.
I was trying to get her to sing the
Get
song.
down.
Don't be suspicious.
Oh, I don't know that one. Don't be suspicious. No, Rachel, maybe you should sing that one. Okay, so here's how it goes, everybody. And we only have 10 minutes left. We just want to thank you, Simon Pollock, for making time for us today. You're an amazing gent. I really like you. I think that the world's going to be at your feet the more of these shows that happen. And
Yep.
anything that myself or Rachel or Music Train can do to help you see that happen, just let us know. What my forte is writing a jingle. So I'm going to offer you one right now. Is there a jingle that you would like for your anything that you'd like?
May I just shout out for the shows that we've got coming up? if you
Yes,
don't mind?
please. Yes, please.
So if you like shows and you're in the areas, we've got plenty going on. So we've got Austria on the 24th to the 26th. That's Tesla Takeover in Flachau, or as I have to say, Flachau, Austria. After that, of course, we've got Muskegon. We've got Michigan on the 15th. Michigan. What did I say?
Michigan.
You did. You
Michigan.
said you said Michigan.
What she said. Sorry, what she said.
Michigan.
Michigan.
It's a chicken.
Which coincides with Sweden. So if you're in Sweden, you're on the opposite side of the world. So you're fine. Come and visit me there. And then we've got stuff going on all over the world. And don't forget TechX Takeover in California.
When is that one? In California.
It's at the end of. Hang on, I've got it here. Hang on.
And you're going to be at all of these.
26th of July. And you can get yourself a mission patch. Look at that.
Wait a minute. Did you say it's the 26th?
26th of July. I'm taking the mic. 26th of July. Please come and say hello.
Hold on. Are
Pick
you
up
going
your
to be?
mission patch because they're cool. Look at that.
Yes.
Let me show you the Michigan one. Michigan.
Michigan.
Look at that.
Wait. I want to put him full. I want to spotlight you. Hold on. Do this again. I'm spotlighting you. Show it.
I mean, look at that.
Ooh.
Do you have one for the Austria one?
I do, but it would take me ages to find them.
This guy is really a
I've
looker.
got tons of them.
Look how
They're
Oh,
really
it's
awesome
so
he is.
pretty though.
You'll like this one because it's got the American flag on it.
Oh, I love that one.
Ooh, Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Wait, how do we get all of them?
You can go to xlightshows.io. So the reason that I started these is because, of course, it cost me a lot of money to run that website. So I started up a shop with some things that silly things that you can buy. And if you go to the shows, it's quite nice to go and get yourself a mission pack.
I love the
Stick it
American
on
flag.
and go to the next one.
So you're going to be at how many of those shows?
All of them,
Except the one in
Ooh.
Michigan?
except for the most important one in
Oh.
Michigan.
Come on.
Maybe we're going to be in Sweden. Maybe Michigan's going to be in Sweden.
We could move everybody over to Sweden.
I mean, you could essentially do a takeover.
No, it's much more fun because I'm thinking I've got to finish Sweden and somehow make it to Michigan in 7 hours. It's got to be possible.
Well,
SpaceX, call me.
Yeah. For honestly,
Go up
like,
and down. It should
yeah,
anticipate.
up and down. That's how we all got here. All right, you guys.
Before Bessie does her song, I wanted to say, Simon, it was so nice meeting you. It's not every day we get to meet the people behind the scenes. So this is awesome, and like I'm dying to see one now because I'm all excited about it. So
And-
Well, go to xlights, lightshows.io, and then you can see all of the shows there. So you can see the large ones, you can see the independent ones, you can see the individual ones that people have made, and you can download them for free. So
And he needs to come, Rachel, to X Got Talent on Friday or Saturday and just karaoke or
I'll do karaoke.
Yay!
You know, I feel bad saying karaoke because when you hear the talent, you're gonna be like, "There's no way this is karaoke."
It's only karaoke.
Rachel, did you see me tag you guys, you and DJ Doja, about Numa Numa?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So funny.
So let's write this song. Okay. So Simon, you're the special guest. Episode 4. Here we go. What is it going to be that the song is about? Either you can give me a title, or you can give me a word, or you can give me a sentiment. You can kind of color the scene. And in the end, if you love it so much, I'm going to work on it in the studio here. You see, I have my Pro Tools rig, and I'm going to give it to you to do something, whatever you want with it, as a gift to you.
Well, let's make it about light shows and make it about Summer Takeover in Michigan.
Okay.
Do it.
I need a word.
Lights.
Knob. Sorry.
Lights, camera, action. Tell me, where's it gonna be? I'll tell you. It's gonna be at the Tesla takeover in Michigan, you and me. Yeah. Boop, boop, boo-doo-doo-doo. Do-do-do-do. Boop, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, it's a Tesla takeover. xlightshows.io. You know, we're coming to your neighborhood. With Simon Pollock.
Oh, I said it wrong.
Go, Rachel.
Go, Simon. Go, Simon. Simon. Pollock.
A
Yeah.
very surreal show, I have to say. But it's awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you at the Tesla Takeover, Michigan. And
Tesla Takeover.
And then if you're in Chicago, guys, don't miss this one.